pat.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that'll be very interesting to watch. I want to see them have some fun with the Cane of Samaria, though.
Yeah, Cane of Samaria is probably the hardest one to optimize, at least in my opinion.
I would argue the Blue Cane's even harder still, but details.
Yep, looks like we are off. We do find just an arrow upgrade in Link's house. I don't know if that's a precursor to the item we're going to be getting, but it could be.
Yeah. And we're seeing a couple different inspirations here. Looks like zer0rush went with the original Link, whereas Furaime, I'm sorry, I'm going to pronounce that wrong. I should probably look up at the pronunciation. He is running Marissa.
Yep. A lot of the Link to the Past runners will opt to get the fire rod here at the start, which is a really nice find. But anyway, a lot of the vanilla Link to the Past runners will opt to use the Link sprite just because they learned certain bomb jumps and such. Just using the Link sprite.
Yeah, makes sense. And we're getting magic powder as well, so they immediately have one of the best safety items, although not too helpful in the early game.
Yeah, if we find the hammer sometime soon, then they can visit the magic bat at their leisure. But until then, we still need to find some bombs here and escape.
And unfortunately, the fire rod being one of the most awkward weapons to bomb grind with. You can at least get double kills with it, though, which could give you an edge.
Yeah, I like what zer0rush is doing here, using the pots to his advantage, getting 2 of the guards. He doesn't get any drops for it, but it does give him, better odds. And find the flippers here.
Wow, this game is loaded. We've already had 3 main items in the castle alone.
Yeah, well, one of them doesn't really count, because you're always going to get one of them.
Well, I didn't count it because I said the castle, not Link's house.
True. Furaime getting a little juked there by the guard. zer0rush actually getting a bit of an edge, although I guess he's still a little bit behind.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, the Furaime is only at half magic right now, so he'll be able to restock. zer0rush will as well, even though he's been a bit better at preserving his magic so far.
Yeah. So we have flippers, we have fire rod, and we have powder. What is this he trying to tell us?
Well,
and the flute.
there you go. It's trying to tell you that it's gonna give you a lot of items, and you're gonna have to you're gonna have to deal with it.
Okay, I think as soon as they have access to ice spells, they're gonna dip in because they have been way too generous for the early game.
Yeah, I mean the flute can get you there pretty quickly too. You still need mitts and the moon pearl, but details.
Yeah, and speaking of which, what do you think is gonna troll our runners here? We got a little bit of time while they're escorting Zelda up to the back of escape.
Thinking a medallion today.
A medallion?
Maybe ether.
I can see that. I'm gonna say with all the items they have, they're not gonna get the last major mobility item they're gonna have. They're not gonna get the boots for a while, and that's required at some point.
Yeah, so Furaime using the pot strats was able to take down 2 of those green guards and was able to get a bomb drop, whereas zer0rush just gave up on guards entirely.
I mean, he does have the ropes and the rats. I think the rats are a different price pool altogether. Although, I could be dead wrong. I actually don't know.
I think it's randomized which prize pools which enemies are in. But the ropes do give us a bomb as well. So we're kind of synced right now, actually.
And there's our map. So then, it's a good thing they found a bomb because there are 3 items in that room. Nice double kill with the torch, trying to find, or the rats rather, trying to find some more bombs probably to make the Kakariko routing a little bit easier.
Yeah, I definitely like that better than just getting the 1 bomb and leaving. If you have resources and you can spare them, just use them because it can waste a lot of time having to run around Kakariko farming bombs or buying bombs.
Alright, so our 3 items here. 20, 350, so a lot of money to get your seed started with. Nice good boost towards Catfish, or not Catfish, King Sora.
Yeah, it's good because we do have the flippers. That does unlock Zora, and it also prevents these runners from doing the hula hand room until they find a glove. Or boots, I guess.
And zer0rush is going to get out of here under 6 minutes. That is a very nice escape time.
Yep, Furaime not too far behind, even though he spent a little bit extra time farming rats.
Alright. Now the seat is opened up a little bit.
Yep.
Lots of places they can go.
Let's see who goes to Lumberjack and who doesn't. Looks like zer0rush is going to go to Lumberjack. Furaime might opt to not do that. Looks like Furaime is actually just going to go directly to Kakariko with 0 bombs. Or not directly, but through the,
bombs
through the woods
in the
first.
poultry.
Yep. If Furaime's alert, he'll probably hit the 1 tree pole there and get his bombs as well.
Yeah, it looks like Furaime is just gonna skip checking Lumberjack and going straight to Whoa. Was that what I think it was? Was that a medallion at Lumberjack? There's a power glove.
See. That's good. With the power glove, I don't know. It doesn't really unlock a whole lot right now.
Oh, Lumberjack was Pizza Hard. I barely saw it, and neither runner checking the mushroom and doesn't want it.
Furaime using his game knowledge to get a 50-50 bomb drop there under that 1 rock.
Very nice. Alright, so here comes Lion's Head. Oh, it's the 10 arrow booster, okay. Couldn't quite tell what it was. Alright, so the first few items here. Bomb booster. There's Quake. Some more bombs. And a piece of heart.
I can't win them all.
Yes. But what's behind? Well, it's 50 rupees. So they could grind for it, or they can just look around Kakariko more. They are extremely close to Zora money.
Yeah, I'd definitely still be wanting to pick up all the rupee pots, like here in Kakariko well, and at least until you get 600.
Yeah,
because you can pay off the bottle merchant and then have Zora money.
Yeah, they're going to need it. There's some actual arrows. Not that you need them right now. You don't have the bow.
Yeah, and finding the flippers really early really makes you want to go to Zora, so you definitely need that money.
Oh, there's 10 more bombs.
It's the Uncle Bombs.
Oh, runner's not going to be short on explosive power this seed.
Oh, Furaime getting scammed a little bit, and looks like we got
Red Crystal Eastern.
our first.
Desert was a non-green pendant, and I think Hera was just a normal crystal.
Yep, and we do have our first flute activation here, Kakariko.
Gonna be second with zer0rush right here.
Yeah, zer0rush probably forgot that he got the flute in Hyrule Castle. It's pretty easy to forget, honestly. Let's just hope for zer0rush's sake he remembers sometime between now and when he leaves Kakariko.
Yeah, because for all we know, that flute could be blocking progression.
Do have our Zora money at least. So
Yes.
once our runners decide, zer0rush does remember, thankfully.
Yeah. So something I personally like doing is when I get the flute is when I'm done with the Kakariko area, I flute to 6. Even if I don't have access to Mario, I flute to 6, and that's because it's just a nice, quick way to check Desert Ledge and Agina. And when you're done, you can flute. You can save put, get out of Link's house, flute to 7, and continue on with the South Shore loop.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Agina's not too commonly required, or if it is, it's required just to get access to the Dark World, typically. But yeah, getting it out of the way and getting it out of your head, more importantly, is probably worth the time.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a good idea to do. I'm just saying that it's a convenient way to route the early game here.
Yep. Furaime opting to just do the race game, losing a bit of time compared to zer0rush, who decided to check.
Furaime is checking Desert Ledge. It's 20 rupees. And it looks like he is routing over to check Agina.
All right, we'll be seeing two new items here in a second. What's in Agina's cave and what's in the water outside the dam. It's just a piece of heart at Agina. It's about par for the course.
That was, I think, a 4th heart container, though. 4th piece, though.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
And nothing except some ability to carry more arrows under the water.
And nice double kill from the bomb strats from zer0rush. What does Mini Molder Cave have? Hook shot! Half magic!
Sword!
What the? Piece of heart. Another piece of heart. Okay, can we call that the new hype cave? There are like 2 other different candidates for hype cave. Mini Moldorm and Paradox. Pick your poison.
Yeah, I mean, any cave is hype cave in this logic, to be honest. Well, any cave with like a lot of locations. We're way past the V18 days of everything being in hype cave or everything being East Death Mountain. Furaime having a bit of trouble here with the Mini Moldorms, not getting the double like zer0rush did. zer0rush going to be showing us what's in the Ice Rock Cave. The Master Sword.
Uh-oh.
That could be interesting if Furaime puts it off. Considering Furaime does have the Flute, he can go there whenever he wants. So, he could decide to put it off now until later, or just do it now because it's logically in his head.
What? Aga?
No, I meant to do Ice Rock Cave. But it looks like Furaime is going to be following the Flipper's lead. zer0rush is doing the same thing.
And I just realized with the hookshot find in Mini Moldorm, we have access to Paradox Cave.
That is true.
We have access to most of the mountain, actually.
Yeah, we do need the hammer or mirror, and there's Bombos, by the way, from the hobo. Don't really know what he's doing with that, but we'll gladly take it off his hands. So,
your wish for Ether to be our troll item is looking all the more realistic now.
Yeah. It's always fun when you get, like, 2 medallions really easily, and by the point where you start to, like, try and get the knowledge of what medallion you need, and, like, you're starting to whittle down your go mode items. And to just have that last medallion be required is such a gut punch.
Yeah. We're gonna see zer0rush check the waterfall cave here. 2 items, along with the rest of Zora's domain. Air booster, 20 rupees. Furaime with his Master Sword now. And Zorledge. You get a return on your investment if you take the extra time to walk.
Yeah, or a nice down payment.
I mean, I'd personally probably pick it up, even though it's a waste of time, just to have that little extra potion money later when I need it.
Oof. Got some pretty expensive bombs today. Looks like Furaime's going to be falling for the scam as well. So, it does really look like it's going to be the mountain. zer0rush is probably heading there now. Or maybe not.
We haven't checked the Eastern, Sarasala or the dungeon itself.
Yeah. Some runners will try to put off the mountain until they get, like, the ability to do Dark Death Mountain as well. Or, you know, it just becomes so irresistible that they have to go there anyway. But, yeah, I can see why zer0rush is doing this, especially considering you don't want to leave a lot of these early accessible Sphere 1 locations. Because your opponent can very easily get them, whereas you can be going all around the world on a wild goose chase. Oh,
well, there's the Moon Pearl.
Well, there you go.
Something else zer0rush could be doing here is trying to find the hammer so that, or the mirror, so that he can do Hera at the same time. But no, going to leave Eastern alone.
Yeah, I mean, it is a crystal. He's going to have to come back eventually. The only case where it's really going to bite him is if it has, like, Dark World access, or if it has, like, the bow.
Or the lamp, and this is an ag-required seed.
Maybe. I mean, there are a lot of weird edge cases, but those are the most common things I would think of that can mess you up with Eastern Palace right now. Looks like Furaime's not going inside either.
Alright, old man.
Ooh. We got a guaranteed Pendant Turtle Rock today.
Guaranteed. I'll believe it when I see it. zer0rush will most likely finish their tour by jumping into the Dark World.
Alright, so what is inside the mountain? Nothing good. Let's see what's Paradox Cave.
Paradox and Spiral are both in play.
Fortunately, we don't have the mirror to make this a bit faster. But if we do find mitts in Paradox Cave, we'll be able to do Dark Death Mountain as well.
Yeah, that'll be a very interesting play. But let's see what we got here in the lower half of...
Let's just get mitts, hammer...
Well, there you go! You just said it!
Sorry. And the Canis Maria.
Oh, we also have the shovel.
Well, I was just hoping to be able to go right into Turtle Rock, like, right this second.
Well, we still need the Canis Maria for that. And no such luck. And yeah, we have full Darkhold access. Aga is well and truly dead. There's no reason to go to him at all.
Yep.
Which means this will be a pet seed.
Maybe. So zer0rush is probably going to be visiting Tower of Hera before going into Spiral Cave. Considering it's a bit harder to get back up here without the mirror.
Makes absolute perfect sense to me. And has the means to full cleared as well.
It's just a shame we don't have the book yet, so we can't check the ether tablet. It's always a troll if you get, say, the mirror inside of ether tablet, and you can't check it early on.
Well, base hit at least is not required for the time being. That's a good thing. No coffee break unless we need it.
zer0rush, actually, I guess that might have been calculated right there. Oh, there's our bow.
Well then. Ooh.
This aid is pretty generous so far, honestly.
We might have a jet seat on our hands.
I mean, what else are we still looking for? There's definitely a lot, and I guess we need to see the Dark World to know what we're truly looking for, but
we
probably need the cane.
Probably need the cane.
Mitts.
We definitely need the lamp, by technicality. We definitely need the mitts. And at least in terms of what the logic thinks, we need the silver arrows. Our runners may not need them, but the logic, at the very least, takes them into account.
zer0rush had a little bit of a scary bomb jump there, not even using the spin setup to line himself up. Just eyeballing it, and failing that bomb jump and falling in the pit takes you down 2 floors.
And this is, of course, assuming that ether is not required for our medallion access to one or both of our last 2 dungeons here.
Oof.
Basement has an item. Compass was in the big chest, if you recall.
Furaime was showing off the spin strat there. Was being very cautious about it too, because again, 2 whole floors if you fall. zer0rush not falling for the bait of leaving Tower of Hera. It's going downstairs, or I guess it is falling for the bait if it doesn't pan out.
Nice coffee break strat. Meanwhile, Furaime taking the fight to Moldorm. Very well executed.
Yeah, Moldorm was pretty nice for both of these runners today. In fact, I'm surprised that they decided to do Master Sword strats, because it's definitely easier with just the hammer.
Well, I think the Master Sword is safer, because you can at least protect yourself from being bumped off into the pit.
Furaime is opting not to check Hera Basement, whereas zer0rush is. He does get the first bottle. So that could be interesting.
And is getting himself off. There is the off chance that Furaime just miscounted his items because of the fall. He might think that the map was the second item. We know it's not, of course. Or he could just straight up be gambling. We don't know.
I'd wager with a 6-0 record, you're probably not going to be forgetting about an item in Tower of Hera.
There's the other single rupee.
Alright, so Furaime is opting to trade in one, I guess not really fetch quest, for another. Gonna be grabbing whatever is in the Haunted Grove, and then probably gonna be heading into Village of Outcasts. Maybe not.
I think he might head over to... I might think he might head over to Pod, actually. There's Ether! So, doesn't matter what medallions are needed for Meyer or Turbock, we have all three. As zer0rush is heading over there as well.
Yep. Furaime is going directly towards Hype Cave, it looks like.
Yeah,
and,
Hype Cave.
Yeah. Probably going to be seeing our first map check in the Dark World.
Yeah. This is, I think, a very common strategy. Pendant, swap Pendant Ice.
Green Pendant Ice.
Thieves Town is the other 5/6. So both medallions, so both Meyer and Turbock are required, but we have all three medallions. That's not a concern for us.
Yep.
Sick Kid only has 20 rupees.
Yeah, what is a concern is the Canis Amaria. I guess is that it? Other than Mitts?
Lamp?
I mean, there's our lamp, so dark rooms aren't really going to be a problem.
Yeah. Lamp is
just Mitts and Kane.
Yeah, Mitts and Kane. Maybe also Boots, depending on what... in the off chance that Big Key is on the torch. For Gan's Tower.
Furaime took a very interesting route through the swamp area. I wonder if he thought maybe he had the mirror and was able to finish swamp until he realized he didn't. Oh.
This is... Go on.
I'm sorry, we get a blue Marissa today. So damage isn't going to be too bad, even though we still only have 6 hearts.
Yeah, now what I was getting at is, swap is not necessarily required. Neither is ice, so flipper's not required. Neither is the mirror, although that would be a very nice item to have.
The fact that we found flippers so early, though, I mean, it kind of screams either Swamp Palace or Ice Palace.
Yeah, the flippers have not led to anything that we know of just yet.
I'm just really hoping for a mirror sometime soon.
22 digs for that red potion. But now Furaime has a bottle.
Yeah. Looks like Furaime is going to be staring at the mountain, going to be fluting somewhere. We're not entirely sure where. Probably Kakariko area, if I had to guess. Or maybe towards Palace of Darkness.
Oh, right. We got bombless from... Where was that again? Hobo, right.
Yeah, Hobo. Alright, zer0rush is breaking my heart and not going to Catfish, unfortunately. It's going directly to Palace of Darkness, which is fully clearable right now, so, I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. It'd be nice if zer0rush had the mirror.
Oof. Magic Bat just has single big 20 for us today.
Yeah, zer0rush is going to be doing Palace of Darkness here.
The Red Crystal layout is actually kind of interesting. Eastern Palace and Thieves Town with Bow being fairly early.
And Hammer.
So maybe... Yeah, Hammer too. So maybe, you know, maybe the Pyramid might have something for us today.
At least it isn't like that C.com the other day. And we were bow locked here in Pod, so we needed to get that bow out of Hera.
Yeah, unless we wanted to do a potion glitch. I forget, Grun Goo glitch or whatever people call it.
Well, the only 2 bottles we had is one was locked behind Hera, because I think you had to go all the way up the Moldworm. The other one was at the digging game.
Yep.
Which...
So both of our runners are going to pretty traditional places. It looks like they haven't really found any opportunities to make some weird plays yet. Or maybe they're just unwilling to do so.
I mean, this is a 6-0 match. They can take it a little bit easy.
Yeah. Furaime is going to be probably clearing out Thieves Town shortly. zer0rush is now currently in Palace of Darkness. We'll see which of these, if any, pans out for them.
So far, nothing too important just yet.
I honestly think I like Furaime's routing a bit more just because of that pyramid angle, because after this, Furaime could go to Eastern Palace and then do Palace of Darkness, and then after that would have the Pyramid Ferry open. In fact, looking at it, like, I don't think Furaime's even visited the pyramid, so you can combo the pyramid check in along with it.
Yeah, that seems like a really good set of routing that Furaime is potentially setting up for. Do Thieves Town. There's another bottle.
Got a lot of bottles today.
But yeah, do Thieves Town, do Eastern, then do Pyramid with the big bomb, and then when you're done with that, go over and do Pod. It's not as efficient as doing just a traditional Pod to Eastern play, but we need the mirror for that, and we do not have it.
Fortunately, can't see a hammer yum today. Don't have the big key just yet. I mean, we could do it, but it would just waste time.
Yeah. And with everything you need, you might as well just full clear the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. zer0rush is going to be doing some key counting here. If he doesn't find 2 keys, he can safely ignore the room below. And looks like
he's got 2 keys.
That was only 1. Or was that 2?
He has 2 on him, but
this has to be a small key, or else he has to. Or sorry, if this is a small key, he does have to visit this room below him, which he is doing.
Although probably doesn't want to do it though, considering it's the fighter shield.
It's better than nothing.
I still say the fire shield's a better shield.
Yeah, but in Rando you have to get the fighter shield before you get the fire shield. It's just how it works sometimes. Oh, there's our big key. Really only 2 places it could have been. And zer0rush gets a little confused. Probably a bit too used to the dark rooms.
zer0rush has to be careful now.
No, he's setting up a death warp here.
Alright.
He's gonna sit on a bomb. And, yeah.
Bakum. Lamp was in Hype Cave.
Looks like there is an item on blind for us today. Or maybe not. Furaime just actually checked this side first.
Yeah. Now, I learned a little bit of interesting bit of logic yesterday. If that big chest is actually a small key, the small key randomizing chest, because of the accounted for a potential silly use of the second small key in the crystal switch room, they actually consider blind hammerlock at that point.
Yep. Yeah, that's an interesting thing to know for key sanity. Or maybe not key sanity. No, not key sanity. Never mind. It's just an interesting thing to know in general, that you definitely do need that small key to finish the dungeon. So Furaime is doing a perfect blind so far. And yeah, pretty much pixel perfect, frame perfect.
By the
World
book.
record blind.
And that is a 5-6 for him. Meanwhile, zer0rush is working his way through the last parts here of... I almost said Turtle Rock, but no, it's Palace of Darkness.
Alright, so Furaime is going to be checking the Sea House, not forgetting about it today. Now, is he going to be going up towards the Skull Woods? The answer may surprise you. He is. zer0rush is opting not to use the sword safety strat here on Helmstor, and that's honestly a little scary with only 7 hearts and no silvers and just the Master Sword. But he does bring down Helmstor, only losing about half his health. Just get some money out of it.
Yeah, I only have 50 rupees.
So, Palace of Darkness, you need to do it, but it didn't have anything great.
And I did not see it was at Mummer Cave, did you? It was a quick check from Furaime just now. Alright, so we're seeing zer0rush going up the Eastern now.
This is actually the first dip we're seeing into Eastern. Both of our runners went to Sahasral's hut earlier, and both of them decided, to nope on out once they found Moon Pearl at Sahasral's hut. So it'll be interesting to see if there's anything good in here. To save a little time here with the hook shot, being able to cross this gap instead of having to go up to the north. It's always nice to see these little time saves in Randomizer. Time saves that are inherently impossible in no major glitches.
Yeah. So we're seeing zer0rush go through Eastern here. Furaime... Oh, we did this... Why has no one gone to Skull Woods yet?
I don't know. I mean, it's 2 items. It's pretty easy to do, especially if you have half magic. But Mothula can be pretty mean sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
But I think the main difference is it's only 2 items, and considering you have to do it anyway, it's probably better to just get lower hanging fruit like Palace of Darkness and East Town out of the way first.
Well, hello there, Titans Myth for zer0rush.
That's especially interesting because that means we had Titans Myths as Dark World access before we had before we had the ability to get the hammer, pretty much.
Alright, so nice heads up play from both each other, not doing Eastern first, I guess.
I mean, getting the hammer is really nice. Like having the hammer to get into the Dark World is a lot nicer than having the mitts to get into the Dark World. So they probably are only benefiting from the fact that they didn't come here earlier. Alright, Furaime is going to be heading into Palace of Darkness, going to be finding the big old nothing that's inside there, where we know where the true value lies.
Yep, gonna be going through Eastern here. Or, no, going to Pod. I'm getting confused here. Sorry.
Yep. So with the mitts, we only need the Canis Maria, and that could be in a lot of locations. Thankfully for our runners, it can't be in Turtle Rock.
Yeah. We need the Canis Maria, and boots pending, we will be in Go mode.
Yeah, the pendant icon over Desert Palace means it's likely not going to be boots required, but you know, there's that roughly 5% chance that can be. There's also a chance that something in desert that's locked behind boots could lead to the cane.
I was referring more to the simple fact that our big key for Ganon's Tower could be on the torch, but yeah, that would work too, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but our runners do have a lot of avenues left to them. I mean, at least in terms of places they haven't gone. We have seen pretty much everything right now, except for Pendant dungeons.
We have not
Misery Mire.
Dark Death Mountain.
Dark Death Mountain.
We just got the Titan Spin after all.
Yep, we haven't seen the Pyramid Fairy. Certain miscellaneous overworld locations. Catfish. You know, places the mirror unlocks. Stuff like that. So there's many ways this seed could mess with our runners from here on out, or it could just put the cane in the next logical location for them, which would probably be Ice Palace, I think, or Dark Death Mountain.
I think our runners just probably want to see the red cane at this point. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really good. They both can obviously do Silverless Ganon. They can both do Master Sword Silverless Ganon. Probably done it many more times than some people in this tournament have even played Seeds. But, yeah. I don't know. I would probably want to be visiting the pyramid before anything else once I clear out all these crystal dungeons. And then I'd have to make a decision if I want to go to the mountain or if I want to dive into a pendant like Ice Palace. zer0rush using some additional game knowledge there and powdering a bunny beam that's hiding under a pot. I guess it's strayed a bit too far away from Thieves Town, where its home is.
There are bunny beams all over the place.
Yeah, but I think Thieves Town has the most bunny beams under pots than any other dungeon.
They're not even under pots, they're underneath the bridges.
That too. I guess for people in chat who love to see pedestal seeds, you can take heart in the fact that it is indeed possible for our Go mode to be on pedestal.
There is one stipulation to that.
What's that? The boots?
If Cold Stare has a key. If Colster has a small key, by the logic, Ice Palace required Samaria.
That is true. But that is actually kind of obscure thing. Like, if you did Ice Palace and you found that key, I wouldn't necessarily be thinking that, oh yeah, that definitely means this isn't a pedestal seed, but you're exactly right. Furaime also setting up a nice death warp here. It's going to be a bit harder for him to kill himself, considering he does have blue mail. But it's just going to take 2 bombs instead of 1.
It's going to take 4
Or
bombs.
3. 4 bombs.
He's got the blue mail.
Ah.
He's half damage from that.
Now we have to press F to pay respects, apparently. And Furaime's back in Palace of Darkness, heading towards Helmasaur, where zer0rush. Probably going to be checking out what's on the Bumper Cave ledge. Or maybe not. Making a liar of me.
Now it looks like zer0rush might be heading over into Thieves Town now.
Yeah, some runners like to not check something like that just because they don't really think there's much point until they actually have the ability to get it, which I could see, but if you go and check it and it has the item you're looking for, that means the second you see Kane, you can rush off and grab it. Whereas, say, if zer0rush were to find Cape, I don't know, in Ice Palace, he might decide not to check Bumper Cave Ledge until later on when he's whittled down some of the more low-hanging fruit locations.
Yeah. So we're seeing Furaime going down to fight Helmasaur King. zer0rush just starting Thieves Town. Both runners I just more or less been going over the other places as the other runner has. So, seeing as we have just a very little bit of downtime, make sure to give these runners a follow.
Yeah, I think this is the longest I've seen in a race I've been commentating where the runners are basically just crossing each other's paths. It's been like 20 minutes now.
Yeah, I don't think I have that much to talk about until we see some fresh territory.
We could give some hype for the bracket stage that's starting up next week. Everybody who went 5 and 2 or above, these guys, for instance, will be participating, as well as a few people who went 4 and 3.
Yeah.
At the end of the week 7.
I was rooting for 3 people in particular, and as of today, the 3rd person that I was cheering for managed to make it. So, I am feeling very good about this upcoming bracket stage. And there's Helmasaur down for Furaime. Furaime. I really should look up how to pronounce that name. Hang on.
So yeah, Furaime has to make a choice whether to save and quit and maybe go into Eastern Palace, or to do Pyramid and Catfish and all that. But it looks like we're just going to be heading into Eastern Palace, probably.
Someone is asking what determines which 4-2s advance. It is dependent on the records of their opponents that we are basing their score on. The better your opponents did, the higher your odds of getting in.
Yep. So if you say lost to Andy and, I don't know, ACMLM in the Swiss round, then you probably have a good shot of clinching the 4-3 spot. And there's going to be between 2 and 3, 4 and 3 players that move on. GamerCal actually took away one of the spots because he was up paired against another player, 5-2 or 5-1, when he was 4-2, and then he became 5-2.
Basically, the people who are in are the top, I want to say top 8 finishers in the Fall Open's primary and the top 4 in the secondary. Was that right?
Yep. So 12 of the 128 bracket slots are already filled with people that you haven't been seeing them race for quite some time, and yeah, they'll probably come out of the gate swinging once it becomes brackets.
Yeah, mitts are about to be picked up here by Furaime. And yeah, those are all the names right there, folks. Thanks to Sports Jeff for linking that. Of all the up-and-comers who have been waiting to advance. Or have auto-advanced. The only reason why Andy was mixed in with the Swiss because he barely didn't make the cut.
Yeah. I believe he lost to Gem, was it?
I don't remember.
I think it might have been Gem. I definitely know Gem is one of the 12 people who moved on automatically. Honestly, it was a pretty good thing for those runners, because the original prize was to just be auto-qualified. Like, because in the fall tournament, there was a qualifier race, or a series of qualifier races, and all you really had to do was place well enough in any of them to qualify for the 100 spots they had open. So at the time, like, they were thinking maybe, okay, you get to avoid one race, but now it's like, oh, you get to avoid an entire 2 months of harrowing competition.
Yeah, all right, zer0rush will be doing the digging game here. And Furaime looks like might be thinking of Super Vaughn.
Yep, I definitely endorse this play. This is honestly something this seed has been building towards for quite some time. It's not a whole lot of time. It's 2 free items, and it's been open to us for quite some time.
And Furaime is gonna buy the big bomb as well as small ones. And we're also seeing our good friend Jeremiah the Frog being taken on a little bit of a world tour.
Yeah, that's honestly a little... it's an interesting play, just because the Cane obviously could be there, the mirror could obviously be there, and maybe the Cane is inside Swamp Palace or whatever. Maybe zer0rush is getting to that point where he's feeling like he wants to make some interesting plays.
Well, we're finally going to get new information one way or the other.
Drumroll, please.
10 arrows and a tempered sword.
That's pretty good. I like it.
That's excellent.
zer0rush is going to be grabbing the tempered sword as well. Wait a second. Does he have both the followers?
I don't know.
Where did our frog go? Furaime is looking to redeem himself. Gonna be
This
visiting.
is very interesting if this is working.
Yeah. Gonna be visiting one of my favorite locations, Mr. Catfish up here.
No, he lost to Smith.
That's yeah, I never saw that before.
Oh, Smith. Someone was saying in chat, Smith's or written and sent back to where he started. Okay. And here we go with Catfish. If this is Samaria, Furaime is in go mode.
Yeah, and with Tempered Sword, you know, it's a pretty good go mode. But unfortunately, just get a big 20 today.
And I did kind of misspeak there. It would be sort of a Schrodinger's go mode until we see the Ganon torch.
Yeah. You'd have to be a madman to not play like it's go mode at that point.
It could just be outside of Mire. We have yet to see this area.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. It's been this long since we've had the ability to come here and nobody has. It's often a place that runners will like to check early on, and I think the main reason they didn't come here is the fact that they found all the medallions really quickly.
And we're seeing Dark Death Mountain from zer0rush, so the divergence is real. Bugnet. And the red mail.
Okay. So you get a red-haired Marissa now, and Furaime is going to be going into Misery Mire without the red cane. Honestly, I like this play.
I like it too. We'll see if it pays out. And if I recall right, that's actually the PC98 colors for Marissa. If I understood the lore behind the sprite correctly.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing Hookshot Cave, a whole 4 items in here that could be what we're looking for. Could be something to send zer0rush off in a wild goose chase, or could be nothing at all.
So far, nothing at all.
Feels like I'm finding nothing at all.
Alright. So... it's gotta be either in a Pendant dungeon or it has to be here in Mire. I think we've exhausted all the other locations. No, wait. No, Spike Cave never mind.
Yep, so the thing about going into Mire that I like is you don't know if it's the God Mire at all. Like, the big key could still be, like, the last item you find in here. So you lose no time, effectively, if you don't find the big key until, I don't know, you go to the vanilla location.
Aries, could it be on the green pendant? Samaria could be on the green pendant, but that if Colster does not have a small key. One of those little nuances.
So zer0rush is going back to grab the frog the second time, and we're probably going to be seeing what he has for us in about a minute or so.
There's the big key for Furaime.
Is going to be spending the minute or so to grab the vanilla location as well.
Yeah, as we call it, the cutscene chest. This could pay out. As we just get a little bit of love from the Smiths.
Yeah, but there's one more thing that could potentially be useful here, and that's the purple chests. We'll see if zer0rush. We'll see if zer0rush decides to gamble on that as well.
Now we've had this powder since the escape sequence.
Yeah, Furaime checked it though already. It was just a big 20.
Did he? I guess he did, yeah. There's so much going on, guys. I'm having trouble keeping track. Sorry. think the heat might be getting to me a little bit too.
Yep, so Furaime's still looking for an item here in Mire. zer0rush has to make a choice. Looks like he's choosing to go to Mire.
And there's an item in Misery Mire, 20 rupees. And did we find the other one?
I would figure Furaime'd be leaving by now if we did, so... Looks like there's either one in the big chest, the other small chest on the right side, or maybe on Vitreous himself, or itself.
Alright, so what is here?
Oof!
Boomerang is our second item in Mire. It's time to dive pendants, folks.
Yeah, at least it's the best boomerang.
And actually, there's only one pendant dungeon we can dive.
Yep. It's Ice Palace, or maybe hope on a sequence break. There's the purple chest. That's not a sequence break. There's, Spike Cave, which is a sequence break, but we could do it. But with, oh, sorry.
Is Spike Cave now a sequence break? We have the means to powder an anti-fairy to capture a fairy. And I think they take a fairy revival into account for the logic?
I honestly forget. But,
I forget too.
Furaime is going where the money lies, potentially. We do have 3 items here in Ice Palace, and the green pendant also offers us a glimpse of a 4th. Does miss a spin attack there. Ooh, the book! That just opens one thing for us right now.
Yeah, Ether Tablet.
And the problem with that is we don't have the mirror to make it a quick trip.
You know what it also opens up, though? Information.
Yeah.
The pedestal can now be checked.
I love that strat with the 2 Stalfos Knights. It's always fun to see them get blown up in unison. Furaime opting to not do the bomb jump here, which is a bit interesting considering we don't have... I guess it's because...
If it is a small key on Cold Stare, he knows that he doesn't have to finish clearing this dungeon, so it's a heads-up play from him to just go for a full clear, and if he doesn't have the necessary keys, he can just leave, and he knows to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true. And we'll be able to check pretty much every item along the way. So yeah, that's smart routing.
Yeah, very heads-up play from Furaime. Peb will be more or less dead if it turns out that the last key is on Cold Stare. Because you need the key of Samaria. Samaria's our go mode.
This is going to be very interesting if it turns out to be the purple chests. Just because that book will lead them on a wild goose chase up the mountain.
Perhaps.
We have found 2 items here already in Ice Palace. So that's interesting.
Alright, there's the map. And there's only, what, 3 locations left? Weasel. Agna was checked. Was another thing happening?
Furaime's having a bit of trouble here using the hook shot to clip through part of the stairs.
Alright, for those just tuning in here, we are looking for the Cane of Samaria. That is our go mode item. Furaime is checking Pendant Ice Palace. If Coaster has a small key, then we know that Samaria cannot be here, and that's the small key right there.
Yep.
Wait, we need one more. Oh, it's right there, never mind. I'm all sorts of smart. Oh, wait.
I don't think we've seen the iced tea room, though, have we? That's where Furaime's going right now.
Yeah, the iced tea room's gonna depend on everything.
The wrong cane, but you know what that opens, right?
That opens up Spike Cave.
Yeah, actually, with Furaime could go to the mountain, run up, check the tablet, and then just jump down the ledge and go into the Dark World. But it looks like
Desert. I completely forgot about desert.
Desert.
We have lots of
completely forgot about desert.
Yeah, we were thinking about what the book unlocks, but we completely forgot that it's the way into Desert Palace for our runners.
I've played this game before, you know, casually. So yeah, desert could have it. Desert could be boots blocked and have nothing, and just be a massive waste of time.
And yes, so Professor Hera is right. If Cold is a small key, he's cane locked, so Cream Pendant cannot be cane. And by virtue of that, neither can the pedestal.
Yep. So it has to be this.
It's purple chest. It's ether.
It's purple chest, ether tablet, or spike cave.
One of those three locations leads to progression, and both our runners are on the way to all three locations. Furaime on their way to Spike Cave and Ether. zer0rush on their way to turn in the purple chest.
Yep. You know what I want to see? I want to see a mirror on Ether Tablet, just because that is not a very nice location.
You called that earlier too, did you not?
I mean, I mentioned it, that it's trolly.
Oh, there's the mirror, though!
God!
Mirror at the end of the Smith loop. Are you serious, game? That could be a wild goose chase, though.
No!
Arcane could be up here now.
Oh my goodness, Furaime, please. I don't even know what I'm hoping for right now.
I'm hoping that that mirror is actually a red herring.
I want both of these plays to pay off, honestly.
Alright, Ether Tablet.
Just a piece of heart. What's Spike Cave gonna be for us today?
If Spike Cave is the red cane, that would be insane.
Furaime is going... Oh, did Furaime not do Dark Death Mountain yet?
No, he was the second one to be over here, so... He's gonna do Dark Death Mountain and then finish with Spike Cave, it looks like. Meanwhile, zer0rush is gonna start checking Graveyard Ledge. And this will give him an excuse to keep going over to check Catfish.
Well, first he's going to be checking the Graveyard Ledge.
Well, of course. This is a stop along the way.
Honestly, Bombo's Tablet could be a thing. The Checkerboard Cave could be a thing now.
And wow, we need double Quake. Where was that again?
That was the first one we found.
There's Red King!
It's right there!
Okay, we're in Schrodinger's Go mode. Boots are the only thing that can keep zer0rush from winning. And if we were boots locked in desert, that means... Oof, where could those boots be?
Probably Ganon's Tower somewhere.
Because the mirror was required for Cane Samaria. Oh my goodness, it could actually also be in Swamp. The boots could be in Swamp. But we'll
that
see.
would be the dream if you want a trolley required seed. But you know what's weird now? And we do have the book in the mix, right? Not that it really matters.
Bombo says.
But the
Bombo says boots.
Well, I was gonna say the pedestal, especially considering now that we have the cane and can finish his palace.
If desert was boots locked, then
oh, right, sorry, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. But Bombos, yeah, that could be interesting too. Actually, you know, with the mirror in hand, Furaime might decide to visit Bombo's tablets and the south of the Haunted Grove cave, just because it's two mirror locations that are relatively close to each other.
But when does Furaime go to get the purple chest? I don't think he's even done the first part of the Smith loop. It's the last thing he's gonna check.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely something not a lot of runners like to do, just because, I don't know, it's kind of like it just shocks your routing, because you have to forcibly save and quit, and then make your way back. Having the flute makes it a lot more tenable, but yeah, looks like Furaime is going to be heading back to that area at the very least.
Let's hope he's on the right track. If he finds boots, there is a slim chance I can see him catching up. But he would need to be perfect with his execution. Alright, here we go. zer0rush fighting Vitreous.
Yep, using those nice NMG strats. Just walking into the goop. And even switching to the bow to get some final hits on there. Getting pretty low in health, but not that it matters. Can just shoot some arrows into the big eye and be done with it.
And gets him out for his troubles. And that is crystal number 6.
Yep. It's going to be heading up to the mountain, potentially for the last time. You know, there's still that roughly 5% chance.
I would personally just make a detour right here.
Detour to where?
2.
But to get potions?
Yeah. Just take an extra blue potion with me. We don't necessarily need green.
Red mail and half magic are pretty good for that. Really, magic is like the scariest thing if you're reasonably good at execution, and half magic kind of nullifies that entirely. I think we actually have some potions in our inventory right now.
Yeah, there was a blue, there was a red, and there was a green. And the reason I was even mentioning is because I personally just like being reckless when I have the big key and I'm climbing to the tower. So I burn through my health like it's nothing.
Alright, Furaime is going to be checking the purple chest here, it looks like. Now, I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing the walk of the purple chest. Oh, sorry, no, never mind, he doesn't have the mirror. We're just going to see a save and quit.
Yep. And 1 hour, 14 minutes, 20 seconds. The sword has been stabbed to awaken Turtle Rock. I say 20 seconds or 20 minutes?
One of the two. But yeah, that's a really quick Turtle Rock for a seed like this. I mean, honestly, the seed gave us a ton of progression early on, and you know, as evidenced by the fact that these runners were crisscrossing each other's paths, doing all the stuff that they had available to them for like a full 30 to 40 minutes or something like that. And it was really only like a good, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes that they were looking for that Canis Maria.
And once again, folks, these two runners have won every single match of our first 6 rounds. This is the final round, round 7. Furaime now with their mirror. And the winner of this, both runners are already qualified into our bracket stage. This is just for fun.
Yeah, or pride. I mean, both of these runners have been playing like this counts. I mean, so in their mind it might.
I mean, yeah, they get the bragging rights of going 7-0 in this tournament. It's Swiss.
And that's what? Only 4 people can go 7-0 in this tournament. Or Swiss round. The seeding for brackets is actually completely random, so...
Yeah, it only matters at the end of Swiss here.
Yeah, in previous tournaments, the seeding at different stages was typically based on like your clear times or your clear times relative to your opponent. So this is going to be the first tournament where seeding is particularly random. So if we're lucky/unlucky, I don't really know. We could have, say, an Andy versus Christos game 1 or round 1.
Alright, so Furaime will be checking Bombos here. This is Boots. And it turns out it is Ganon Tower Biggie Torch. And that's a huge advantage. It's the cape, though.
That's interesting. Now I'm wondering, Furaime might be checking Cave of South, or the cave south of Haunted Grove, or we might be seeing Swamp Palace. It looks like we're seeing Swamp Palace. Oof.
We have seen what Bumper Cape is, although from my memory, it was nothing important.
So, any Furaime fans out there in chat, best be hoping for a boots required seed, and that Swamp Palace has the boots, or something leading to the boots.
Alright, so here we go in the second half of Turtle Rock. Just a map for the first chest here. It needs to find another small key here in the next chest, and that will guarantee that he can skip Laser Bridge.
Yeah, and that would be definitely interesting, especially if it does turn out to be the 5% seed and boots are required, and you decided to skip Laser Bridge. Oh! It's Silver Arrows! So Ganon is literally free right now.
Yeah? Well, we do have Laser Bridge here, and more importantly, I just remembered, this is our 7th crystal, is it not?
It sure is.
So, I'm going to go ahead and explain something in advance, because when it gets going, we will have next to no time.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, with this being our 7th crystal, we of course have what we call the Ganon Star Keep Guessing game on the horizon. We're going to get that started when we see Try Next Fall, but let me go ahead and explain it to you guys real quick here while we still have some time. There are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower, one of which has our big key. Hold your guesses for the time being, until we officially get the game started here. And when we get it started, give us a number and tell us which location you think it is. And if you are a supporter to speed gaming, be it through bits of 250 or more, or a subscription, you will be able to be on our leaderboards we have for this game.
One stipulation about that, and something we've been talking about for quite some time now. If it does turn out to be on the torch, the game ends when we see the big key, not when we pick it up.
Okay. I did not know that, but fair enough. So yeah, folks, we'll be getting it started here when we see the sword flourish on our end of Trinex falling. And here we go with the Trinex fight. Pretty textbook so far. Nice menuing.
Yep, perfect first phase of Trinex. Only getting one neck swipe or whatever.
Does he get the double spin?
Yep. Wow, that
Perfect.
was beautiful.
All right, folks, we're going to be opening the floodgates in a matter of seconds here.
All right. So we're off to Ganon's Tower, and what do you think it's gonna be?
Did we start the game?
Nope.
All right, get your race quick, folks. We have about 30 seconds here. Where I want to see it, I want to be nice. First chest. Let's go.
All right. That's reasonable.
Where do you want to see it?
As reasonable pick as any. I mean, I always go with 8. I'm not gonna betray that. So it's gonna be
if you go straight left side, that would be the fire bar room, wouldn't it? No.
Yeah, if you check the first 2 chests on the right side,
Yeah.
It's the double firebar room.
And we are going to see the first 2 chests on the right side. First chest, 20 rupees. Second chest, 5.
Well, looks like we are going to be seeing at the very least the torch at number 3. So buckle in. Oof. It's a bad beat for Furaime fans everywhere. Now, I think that technically means that the boots are required, because, but you know, by the logic. But neither of these runners are going to be running out of keys here in Ganon's Tower anytime soon.
So it is the true Gummo. 4 is the magic boomerang. 5 is our riot shield. 6 is a small key. 7, big 20. Furaime found the boots in swamp!
Uh-oh.
Here's just 8. Nah.
Ah.
We were both wrong.
Oh, but watch this. I love this Argus quick kill on Furaime's side. I mean, it's not necessary, but it is cool to watch, and it's really difficult to pull off.
Yeah, very nicely done. And at least the only saving grace that Furaime has now is he'll be incentivized to do the entire north side of Dark World. There's the big key. And that was chest number 9.
Yep.
I'll be catching that.
Always a little bit off, unfortunately. Furaime having the boots is gonna be following that lead, desperately hoping for a Canis Amaria.
And 404 Neely, closest supporter, getting it, guessing 10.
Hmm. Oh, Chad is bringing up an excellent point. By doing this stuff now, he's kind of isolating the graveyard. So now it's just going to be one location to check later on that you have to run very far to get to.
And the cane is on Graveyard Ledge.
But now we're seeing we're seeing our lumberjack check on Furaime's side at 1 hour 25 minutes. Gonna get that piece of heart. Crucial. So, fluting to 3 means he's probably going to be heading towards the Graveyard Ledge, which is good for him. Unfortunately, zer0rush is already at the end of Gauntlet.
Yeah, I think this is zer0rush's race to lose at this point.
Having a little bit of bad luck here with the Landmo 2 fight.
Furaime is heading over to what looks to be Graveyard Ledge, though, so we'll get the Cane of Samaria.
Yep, that's good for him. I'm surprised he didn't just double down and go directly to Desert Palace. But yeah, zer0rush taking down Landmo 2, recovering with only a 2 cycle, and is now on the penultimate floor of Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, my favorite floor, the Wizard floor, just gonna have some good fun here.
Furaime is now in go mode. This Graveyard Ledge, I think, is overrepresented in terms of advancement items, or progression items.
Yeah, you know the only thing we haven't seen yet this entire seed, other than the 4th bottle?
What's that? The
mushroom? Wonder where that was.
Probably Ganon's Tower somewhere.
We have seen all 4 bottles. I don't remember where the 4th one is then. Alright, they picked different ones.
zer0rush has to be a bit careful here. Okay.
Oh, wait. The shroom was on Laser Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess our tracker didn't mark it. Oh well, no big deal. It's not as important anymore.
Yep, zer0rush having the powder in hand will be able to get one of these fairies. It looks like he hit the crystal switch earlier and had it on the wrong cycle, so he only got 1 fairy out of it. But having the red mail and is it Butter Sword now? No, Furaime is the one with Butter Sword. Anyway, red mail and tempered. Ganon's not going to be any trouble whatsoever.
Yeah, setting up the double heal on the fairy is determined right in the Igor room before the gauntlet. And the simple fact of the matter is, it's a catch-22. You either make it easier for yourself to get through by blocking most of the spikes again, or you leave all the spikes bouncing around and potentially damaging you, just guarantee a better heal for you at the end of the dungeon. I personally would just take the guaranteed super heal because
that was a clutch triple, I gotta say.
Yep. Unfortunately, Aga's denying the triple or the double triple.
Yeah.
It'll be a 3-1-2. And now with Aga 2 down, it is now time to fight the pig. And of course, this is a pretty textbook fight, but maybe there's someone here, so I'll just walk you through it. 12 slashes for the first 2 phases. This is of Ganon. After which, just gotta hit him once every time he stops teleporting until he breaks the entirety of the outside floor. And then when the lights are on, 1 more slash and a silver arrow or 2 or 3 if you can even get it. Until you hit him 4 times.
Yeah, this fight is honestly a bit misleading for casual players, I think. I know I was like going ham on on the 3rd phase of Ganon when I was a kid, even though in reality he kind of only has like 1 HP every time he warps.
Actually, I think his HP is set to 100, and it's impossible for you to actually take it down because it refreshes every time he stops.
I meant like effectively, but yeah. Got some nice Ganon teleports today here in the 3rd phase. And yes, we did find the silver arrows in Turtle Rock. Thank you very much.
That looks like a triple.
That, yeah, that is, that's GG.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Congratulations to zer0rush. He will be one of the 4 runners who have gone to 7-0. A clean sweep of the Swiss stages. And clocks in with an official SRTB time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 55 seconds. What a seed.
Yeah, this is definitely the quintessential randomizer seed. It gave you the early burst of progression into a mad dash looking for that last item. And yeah, Furaime now knowing exactly when his opponent decided to do the purple chest. It's never a great feeling to see the dot done in a 1v1 when you're not even in Ganon's tower yet. But in a seed like this, it was really, you know, just down to where it was and where you found it.
I wouldn't even say it was Samari being the troll line. It was the mirror.
Yeah.
Because this was in the most awkward place for it ever. And we see a zer0rush ready to join us here. Shall we pull him in? Well, you already qualified, but I can at least say this. Congratulations, zer0rush, for sweeping the Swift stage. Walk us through this seed. This one was a thing.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I mean, seed was alright. It was, geez, I guess every single item was in Light World except Lantern and Cane. Well, and Mirror, too, I guess. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, your opponent looked for the cane elsewhere, unfortunately. Went into Swamp.
Oh, man. Yeah,
And
I was committed to not going into Ice Palace, but luckily I saved Catfish for after Smiths, which prompted me to check that on the way to Catfish. Otherwise, I was going directly into Swamp as well.
Well, I'm just going to inform you this much. Had the big key been on the torch, your opponent would have had the advantage. The boots were in Swamp.
Wow.
As was the gold sword.
I mean, I guess depending on how you routed in Ganon's tower, boots could have been required if you full cleared it and opened every door.
Oh, oh yeah, but if big key was there, definitely required.
Yeah.
You definitely showed us something interesting, deleting the frog.
Yeah, I forgot I had Fat Fairy access when I grabbed him, and then I remembered, so that was just a waste of time, unfortunately, but, you know, I'd rather just grab the big bomb while I was there than go back for it later.
And your opponent just now getting the silver arrows, which were convenient. They were on the way to out of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, a lot of pretty much everything up until Red Cane in the Sea was extremely convenient. Like even if you went to Eastern early and got the mitts, you still would have gotten the bow, because that there's, even with mitts, that's all the more reason to go to Death Mountain. So everything lined up pretty well.
And now we know what pet it was. It was just a heart piece. But yeah, combined between you two, we found everything. So not much else to talk about in terms of items missing.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't check Spike Cave at any point is just I didn't have Kane or Berna.
Well, Kane and Berna wasn't iced.
Okay. Yeah, at that point I was committed to finishing the non-mit locations, which is why I went to Catfish after Mir, luckily. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much a full clear, besides Ice and Swamp.
Yeah. And had you actually decided to make the Ice Palace gamble, you would have eventually found out that it was Kane locked. We found all 3 items, and I believe Colster had the last key, so no way you were gonna need to pull Pedestal or check Sarasla for that Samari item. Or Samaria, rather.
Is that still Kane locked? I thought as long as you had hookshot, the entire thing was open. I could be wrong though.
If Colster has the small key.
Okay.
Because you can't do the normal 4-clear puzzle without doing bomb jump then, which is not taken into consideration by the logic.
Yeah, because you have to open the door to go downstairs. Or to the switch room downstairs. Yeah. Makes sense.
That's definitely a bit of obscure knowledge, and I honestly didn't know about that. So, I'm sure we all learned something today.
I knew about it because I was watching someone who it happened to, and they realized, what the heck?
Yeah, Ice Palace will always be a mystery. Like, every time you think you have it figured out, then you forget something, and honestly, these days I don't even bother trying to think of that. If I have Shot or Kane, I just assume Ice Palace is in logic.
Cool. So Furaime is heading out over to Ganon's tower. Really, even though the zer0rush you finished well before Furaime, this seed really turned out to be, where the Kane was, and who found it first, just because that's kind of just how it worked out. So
yeah.
not to say anything negative about Furaime, like, I think Furaime executed very well this seed and routed very well. It's just that he put off the purple chest for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's had seeds like these. I mean, ultimately, for a seed like this, where you have access to every location and you only need one item, like, execution is good, but what really matters is just picking correctly.
Yeah. And it's really good to get a seed like this in a race that doesn't technically matter, rather than one of your bracket races.
Yeah, other than that, like, the seed was kind of boring, actually. Like, Fire Rod, Escape, it was lame. Every item was in Light World, super lame, no boots forever. I didn't get to do anything fun. I forgot Mire Glitch, so I didn't get to do that either. Forgot to set that up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the new tech. I forgot about that.
We could have done it with throwing the block in the pit. I think you were talking about the duck strat.
Yeah. I've never done the throw the block in the pit trap to get the duck. Would have worked. Oh, I guess not, because I didn't have boots to dash. So yeah, you're right. I wouldn't have set it up anyway.
And short of the one bottle, Furaime did not get that you did. Furaime now has a full menu.
So zer0rush, now that you are 7-0 and going into the fully randomized bracket stage, who do you think you'll end up facing in the first round? Or do you have a short list of people you'd like to see?
I've got a list of about 127 people I think it could be. Narrowing it down from there, who knows? Personally, not a big fan of randomized bracket seeding, just because there's the real potential of having a really lame, you know, quarterfinals and onward potentially, depending on like the hype matches that everyone wants to see. Not that everyone who's advancing, you know, isn't amazing, but like if you put Andy, Christos, and ACM and TGH in like the same bracket, that's just not fun after the first round. But we'll see what happens. It should be a lot of fun either way.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna add on to that here and ask, out of any one of the runners you know about that's coming in the brackets, is there anyone you're personally afraid to face in round 1 of this brackets?
I mean, no one I'm really afraid to face. There are definitely a handful of people who I think have a pretty decent enough edge on me, I guess, but...
Alright, let me rephrase the question that's like, anyone you think would be a good challenge for you in the first round?
Oh, I mean, any of the top runners, you know, like anyone who qualified from the top 16 are very good. Anyone who's in the, you know, 6-0 or 6-win, 7-win bracket is really good, obviously. But it's kind of, at this point, it's one of those things where everyone advancing is good enough to take a match off of you pretty easily if you make, you know, a decent enough mistake. So even if you play a lot better, if you mess up somewhere, like die on Halmasaur, die on Hitcher, something stupid like that, like that's, the skill level is close enough that those start mattering a lot.
Yeah, good. I'm setting a strong showing for everyone in the brackets. This will be a great stage 2 of our tournament. So, any final thoughts on the seed or just in general?
No, I mean, I would have liked to have Bomb Escape once throughout the whole Swiss. I love Bomb Escape, but it didn't happen, unfortunately, so maybe in brackets it will. But
I think
other
I
than
took
that,
all of those from you.
Yeah.
I had like 3 or 4.
I think I've had more Sword Escapes than Bomb Escapes at this point. But yeah, other than that, brackets should be fun, and I guess we'll wait for the big bracket reveal and see what they look like.
Alright, well, we're going to let you go and finish off commentating for Raime's side here. He just finished off Moldworm 2. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Have a good rest of the week.
You as well. Good games. Thanks for commentating. Thanks for watching. And good luck to Furaime in Ganon Star.
Alright, so Furaime, starting the torch puzzles here. Still has plenty of potions, so should have next to no issue here with Ganon and Aghanim.
Yep. Even with half magic, both of our runners were, you know, low. Had to use lamp strats here.
I like that bonk setup. Very nice. Very swaggy.
Furaime picking up an extra piece of heart. Apparently 15 hearts is not enough with red mail.
Oh, dash hurts on Moldworm. Good if you can pull it off. Moldworm's last possession. Piece of heart.
Not even getting the whole heart container from that. Jeez.
Alright, so Furaime now in the Aghanim fight.
Not getting the triple like zer0rush did, even though that's an incredibly difficult.
Oh man!
Triple.
pulling out the cape or the net.
The swag net strats are off the charts today.
Yeah,
Wait,
just having a
wasn't-
little. Having a little bit of fun here, but now that Furaime has finished Aga 2, it is now time for him to fight the pig. And with Gold Sword, remember how I said it was 12 slashes of phase for Zero Rush? Cut that in half!
Yep. And spins don't do anything extra with the butter sword, so it's pretty much just slashes.
Yeah. Spins you could cut in half with Tempered, but Butter is like at its own damage level. I think the only enemy that takes double damage from level 4 spins is the Hinoxes. Which is strange.
Yeah. It is very strange, honestly.
Try to capture the trident.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Might be new tech. We'll have Super Scudge look into it.
I think Furaime's just having a little bit of fun, to be honest.
That'd be hilarious if there were like certain sprites that you could capture that we just never knew about because we never tried.
I mean, in a Link Between Worlds, you can use the net on an apple, but I'm not sure if that works.
Oh wow, that was a really nice. Wow. That phase 4 was beautiful. And a net dash to finish off the race. Okay.
Well, we're not done yet.
I hope you liked that Ganon fight because
He's gonna have to do it again.
it's time for round 2. That's really weird, honestly. That you have to fight Ganon again if you fall after the fact.
And now the teleport patterns will be different. That's something else to keep in mind.
Yeah, that is true. It's fixed to the seed, but it doesn't really... It's not the same every time. It's just seeded.
So now this fight might be even longer.
I wonder what the highest amount of Ganon teleports people have seen is, like, in a row.
I think I saw something upwards of 7 or 10.
I've seen like 20 in a row. It got ridiculous.
Jeez. I forget which seed I saw that had that many.
Fortunately, not getting as beautiful as a Ganon this time around, but it looks like we are gonna be
Still
seeing
getting-
another.
Oh, no, just barely.
Unfortunate.
Alright. For real this time, GG's to Furaime. Coming in now to finish 6-1 in this tournament. Still in the brackets. And
Yep. So Furaime finishes
yes,
with a time of 1:49.01. So GG to Furaime. Gonna see if we can get an interview. I know in the past, I don't think Furaime is one to give interviews, but yeah.
all right. So none of
Furaime's Yep, Furaime confirms does not want to hop in for an interview. I Can't imagine why, but
So
we will be seeing an appearance in chat.
So yes, once again, folks, GG's to both zer0rush and Furaime, putting on an excellent little exhibition for us here at our round 7 of Swiss, the last week of it. Make sure to give them both a follow here on Twitch. And make sure to also give my co-commentator Rubo a follow. Make sure to give our tracker, who I haven't even mentioned, it was OSS Geek. And while you're giving everyone else a follow, make sure to give Speed Gaming here a follow. And not only that, we have 5 secondary channels. Speed Gaming's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Give them a follow. And if that is not enough Link to the Past randomizer action for you, we do occasionally also have raises on a Link to the Past randomizer on Twitch. And we have 3 sub-channels there. A Link to the Past randomizer 2, 3, and 4. Make sure to give all of those a follow as well.
Yep, and I'd also like to give a shout out to Wolflink, my co-commentator. Give him a follow as well, if you're up to it.
Yeah.
And do we have any other races going on today? I would assume the answer is yes.
I'm sure we do. I don't have the schedules in front of me, though. For Speed Gaming.
Well, as luck would have it, I do.
Go
So,
right ahead.
at 8 p.m., we have Felix TC versus Truzzle. That is on A Link to the Past Randomizer. Also at 8, on A Link to the Past Randomizer 2, we have Cobb La versus Monochi 85. And 9 p.m. is Fricker 22 versus ACM LM on A Link to the Past Randomizer 4. And Unfit versus Swerve Speed Gaming 2 at 9:30 p.m. And then a few more all throughout the night, and
All throughout the weekend, too.
all throughout the weekend, yeah. These are the last few days of Swiss. Everybody's got to get their matches in, and hopefully every 4-2 makes it, even though that's statistically impossible, but I don't make the rules.
Oh yeah, there's Catastrophe and Justice we have on SG4. Thank you, Signal, for mentioning that real quick. That's going to do it for us here, though. So, but for all of us here at Link to the Past Randomizer, we just see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Good night, everyone.